Hey everybody, it's me, Mitch, the old guy in a drone. You know, I'm down here in Florida, and the weather's supposed to be really nice, but God, for the past 3 or 4 days it's been awful. Haven't been able to fly, and I've got all of these new things I want to try out, especially the analog input on the DJI goggles. So I thought what I'd do this afternoon is set up a little ground station and fly one of my little whoops around the house using the DJI goggles for 2 reasons. To see how comfortable they are with that and how much better I think the goggle view is than using my Vipers, my older analog goggles that I've been using. And a little practice wouldn't hurt either. So let me show you what we got going on out here. See if I can give you a little look at the ugly, windy, not the kind of day conducive to flying. Anyway, let's go in here and get a little whoop to fly. And we'll see how well it goes. So here we have to decide, and of course none of these drones are anywhere close to adequate for flying indoors, but I do have these 2 little whoops here. I've got the M80 Eachine and the Tiny Hawk. Tiny Hawk, unfortunately, I broke a propeller on it and I didn't have any spare props. So I'm waiting for the mailman to bring me some new props for that. So I guess that narrows the choice down to 1 drone. And it so happens that the M80, if I can get it off of here, come on, there you go. The M80 was one of my first little whoops. Got brushed motors, does not have beta flight. It's got its own little operating system, and it's the only drone I have that doesn't use beta flight. But it is kind of fun to fly around indoors, and it's really the first drone that I started to learn how to fly on. So we'll see if we can fly this one around today. So let's go back into my office/studio here, and I'll show you how I've got this set up. So what I've got here is my DJI goggles, and I did get this Furious FPV battery pack for it, which is really made for fat sharks, but I did manage to strap it to this thing, and it works better because you don't have to have that battery in your pocket and the wire hanging down. So whether I fly digital or analog, that's going to be the way to go. And then plugged into the auxiliary input, the AV input, I've got this wire, and this runs over to this ground station here, setting up on this tripod. And the ground station is basically just a FXT Viper, the same panel that's in the goggles, and it's going to feed the video into the AV in of the DJI goggles. And then I'm just going to sit right here in my chair, and we'll fly this thing all over the house, see how well it works out. So here we go. All right, let's turn on the receiver here. There we go. And we got snow there, and we'll turn on the radio.
Welcome to Jeopardy X.
And we'll take the little drone, and we'll put a battery in it. There we go. And we'll set the little camera up here to record the rest of this. Okay, so let's put the battery into this. Well, first let's turn the goggles on. There we go. And we will plug the drone in. It's flashing, and we got a picture up here on the monitor. Okay, so we'll set the little bugger down here on the floor. And we'll take the goggles and put them into the AV in mode. There we go. And let's see if I can actually show you what we're seeing in the goggles here. There it is. That's the picture that I see in the goggles through the AV input, and it really is a nice image. It's really a nice image. So, let's make sure the radio is connected. I got modes. Okay. Here we go. Comfortable here. And we'll arm it. Start the goggle recording. There we go. And away we go. Something ain't right. Okay. Oh, I saw I had the wrong mode. Here we are. Okay. And flying around the house. Not bad for a 25 milliwatt transmitter through 4 different walls. Pretty cool. And let's come back in here and visit me in the studio. Whoops. There we are. Well, there I am. Hello, world. Takes a little getting used to each different drone that you fly. Head off into the bedroom here. There we go. whoops, upside down. So we'll throw it in turtle mode. There we are, we're flying. Now that's not bad considering I'm back in the far other end of the house and there's like 4 or 5 walls and a closet between me and this little ground station receiver. So I'm really not unhappy with the quality of the video signal. And boy, it looks so good in the goggles. It almost feels like you're in the little drone. Now, this may not be as much fun as flying around outside with pretty blue sky and clouds, but it is flying nonetheless. And for a lot of guys who have to spend the winter without flying, this is not a bad way to keep your hand in and enjoy yourself. And for those of you that are better pilots than me and like to fly under furniture and do race courses, you could certainly, whoa, hello there, Mr. Statue. Let's see if we can't get around, and the ceiling, and oh, here we are. Okay, let's see if we can get out of here. Turn it around and get back up in the air. There we go. Whoa, I knew that was a little ambitious. I have to go get it now. Well, that's great fun, guys. It is great fun, and I know it's under the there. It is under the couch. There's no way I was going to fly it out of there. So let's go ahead and grab this little bugger. Okay, and I think that about did the battery in on that one. So we'll do it again. Okay, well, you guys got the idea, and this is kind of a fun way to let's go see where I ended up with this thing. Oh, there it is. It's just sitting right here in the hallway. upside down on a slick floor, and it couldn't get enough bite to flip over. Now this little M80 has turtle mode in it. If it ends up on its back, all you do is disarm it and arm it again, and it'll try to flip right over, and it usually works. So that's about it, guys. As you saw, when I edit the video, I'm gonna put the goggle footage in there with the flights and my running commentary, and I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it and found out that I really think that the analog input on the DJI goggles works great. Primarily am going to use that ground station there and the analog input on the goggles for flying my FPV wings, my airplanes, primarily because I want all of the OSD data in my view. And right now with iNav, you can't see any of the OSD data in the goggles if you use the DJI air unit in the airplane. So primarily having a ground station like this and a little chair next to it for me to sit in will be a pretty good way of being able to aim the patch antennas in the general direction that the airplane's flying and extend the tripod pretty tall to get the antennas high up in the air and not have them influenced by me moving my head around or looking down while I'm flying, because these airplanes can go out quite a ways. So I'm about ready to go out and try some of these flights with the airplanes using the DJI goggles and this ground station, and the videos on that will be coming down the pike. So with that, I'll say goodbye, take the rest of the day off, go play with your drones, and have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and whatever else to all of you, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.